Hello everyone, this is NP Raju, faculty at ACE Engineering Academy. I have been associated with ACE Engineering Academy since 2014. I teach thermodynamics for GATE and engineering services examinations. I have total 10 years of experience in teaching thermodynamics in GATE as well as engineering services examination. Now I am going to give detailed solutions for GATE 21 Mechanical Engineering for Thermodynamics. Mechanical Engineering Thermodynamics GATE 2021. First we will be seeing forenoon session, then we will be seeing afternoon session. Now we will be solving afternoon session, GATE Mechanical Engineering Thermodynamics afternoon session. Up to now we have seen the detailed solutions for forenoon session for Mechanical Engineering Thermodynamics. Now let's go for afternoon session. In the afternoon session, this is the given question. Consider an ideal vapor compression refrigeration cycle working on R134A refrigerant. He said vapor compression refrigeration cycle is given. COP of the cycle is 10. COP is given. COP is 10 and the refrigeration capacity is 150 kilojoule per kg. The heat rejected by the refrigerant in the condenser to be calculated. Heat rejection to be calculated in kilojoule per kg. My dear students, we have to calculate heat rejection in kilojoule per kg. It is a vapor compression refrigeration cycle is given. Heat rejection to be calculated in kilojoule per kg. Though he said vapor compression cycle, ideal vapor compression cycle, he said. And some working substance is given R134A. Though he said ideal vapor compression refrigeration cycle, it is a simple refrigeration problem. Simple refrigeration problem. In the first, let us see the rough diagram. This is the rough diagram. In second law of thermodynamics, we studied. This is refrigerator. This is the room or cabin, which is at low temperature. This is high temperature, which is atmosphere, high temperature, atmosphere, low temperature cabin. So Q2, amount of heat removed from the cabin or storage. This is storage space or cabin, or it can be room. All these things we have seen. So it is a storage space where we are keeping some products. If it is domestic refrigerator, it is the storage space where we are keeping the products, some water bottles, fruits and vegetables. And Q2 is nothing but amount of heat which is removed, amount of heat which is taken from the storage space. This Q2 is nothing but refrigeration effect or refrigeration capacity. I repeat, this Q2 is nothing but refrigeration effect, or it can also be called refrigeration capacity, the amount of heat which is absorbed or which is extracted from the room or cabin, that is called refrigeration effect, which is also called refrigeration capacity. And what is Q1? This is the amount of heat rejected to the atmosphere. Q1 is amount of heat rejected to atmosphere. Q1 is heat rejection. Q1 is heat rejection. Okay, this is work input to the refrigerator. This is the simple refrigerator representation. Okay. Now let us write down the data. COP is 10 is given. COP 10. COP of the refrigerating unit is 10. And the refrigeration capacity 150 kilojoule per kg is given. That is refrigeration effect, or we can call it as refrigeration capacity also, both are same. That is this Q2, the Q2 is 150 kilojoule per kg. So this is what given. Heat rejection to be calculated in kilojoule per kg. Heat rejection to be calculated. That is Q1 to be calculated. It is a simple representation of refrigeration system. Simple system. Vapor compression, separate block diagram is there. But In this problem, no need of vapor compression block diagram and also no need of vapor compression TS diagram. It is a simple refrigeration problem. That's why I am taking this diagram. Otherwise, I would have taken the TS diagram of vapor compression refrigeration cycle. But here, that is not required. That is not required. In this problem, that is not required. So, EOP is given. Refrigeration capacity is nothing but refrigeration effect. That is nothing but amount of heat which has been removed from the storage space, given 150 kilojoule per kg. Hope it is clear up to now. Over. Problem is over. So, COP we know very well. What is COP? COP refrigeration system is equal to Q2 by W. COP is given, Q2 is given. COP 10, Q2 is 150. COP is 10, Q2 is 150 by W. So, W, that is work input. Work input, it is 15 kilojoule per kg. So, W we have calculated. But actually, what is to be W we have calculated? What is to be actually calculated? We should calculate heat rejection to be calculated. Q1 to be calculated. Q1 represents heat rejection to be calculated. Please concentrate, my dear students. In the second law of thermodynamics, in the refrigeration topic, I have given the energy balance for the refrigerator. What is energy balance for the refrigerator? Entering energy must be equal to leaving energy. What is the energy entering? W is entering, Q2 also entering. So, this is the total energy entering. Should be equal to energy leaving. What is energy leaving? Q1 is leaving. I repeat. It is a simple energy balance equation which I had given in the second law of thermodynamics in the refrigeration topic. W is entering, Q2 is also entering. Both are entering. So, this is leaving, Q1 is leaving. So, simple energy equation is W plus Q entering. W plus Q, that is Q2, sorry, entering should be equal to Q1. W plus Q2, both are entering, should be equal to Q1. That's what I have written. W plus Q2 should be equal to Q1. So, what is to be calculated? Heat rejection to be calculated. Heat rejection is nothing but Q1 only. Heat rejection is nothing but Q1 only. So, Q1 should be calculated. W how much? 15. W 15 plus Q2 already given 150. Q2 already given, it is 150. So, is equal to Q1. Therefore, Q1 is equal to 165. Q1 is 165 kilojoule per kg. So, this Q1 represents heat rejection. So, how much heat is rejected from the refrigerator? 165 kilojoules of heat per kg. 165 kilojoules per kg of heat is rejected to the atmosphere. This is the heat rejected by the refrigerator. It is a simple straight problem. Simple straight problem. So, he said vapor compression cycle. So, it is a simple representation of refrigeration. And you should understand the energy balance. W plus Q2 should be equal to Q1. So, COP, you know very well this equation. From this equation, we have calculated W and WQ2 should be equal to Q1. Therefore, Q1 should be equal to 165. This is the heat rejection from the vapor compression refrigeration cycle. Hope this is clear to you. Now, let us solve this problem. Ambient pressure, temperature and relative humidity at a location are given. Pressure, temperatures and relative humidity are given. The specific humidity of ambient air, specific humidity to be calculated. Specific humidity to be calculated. Please concentrate, my dear students. It should be calculated in grams per kg of dry air. Please note this, grams per kg of dry air. Okay, we will see. It is a simple and straight problem, specific humidity. Every year, same problem is being repeated. Every year, same problem. Same problem. Unit also same. Gram per kg of dry air. Same problem. Only values only they are changing. It is a simple and straight problem. Every year, same problem is coming from the psychrometry. Now, so pressure, temperatures are given. Pressure is given. temperature is given, relative humidity is given, and the saturation pressure is given 3.6 kilopascal. At 300 Kelvin temperature, saturation pressure of water vapor only. Saturation pressure is nothing but 3.6 kilopascal given. It is nothing but saturation pressure of water vapor only. Now let us analyze this problem. So specific humidity to be calculated. What is specific humidity? We know very well. Specific humidity omega 0.622 PV by PT minus PV. 0.622 PV by PT minus PV. This is specific humidity equation. Actually, what is the unit? Kg per kg of dry air. Kg per kg of dry air. This is actually kg vapor by kg dry air. This is the unit of specific humidity. We know very well this equation. But in the problem, this is to be calculated. Specific humidity should be calculated grams divided by kg of dry air. Grams divided by kg of dry air. So actually it is kg vapor by kg dry air. He is asking grams vapor by grams vapor by kg dry air. This is same. Denominator is same. Numerator should be in grams. So what to do? This is kilogram. How to convert kilograms into gram? Into 1000. We should multiply with 1000. We should multiply with 1000. Then you will get gram divided by kg dry air. Now, let us substitute. See, PV is partial pressure of water vapor, or simply we can say pressure of water vapor. PT, total pressure, or atmospheric pressure, or ambient pressure, all are same. So, total pressure is given. He said total pressure 101 kilopascal. Total pressure 101 kilopascal. So, PV, pressure of water vapor. This is not saturation pressure. This is pressure of water vapor. Okay. And saturation pressure is given. Saturation pressure of water vapor. Water vapor saturation pressure is given. So that is nothing but simply we can write pressure that is pressure of water vapor under saturated conditions, PVS, or simply you can write PS also. Saturation pressure he said. So actually that is saturation pressure of water vapor. Saturation pressure of what? It is for water vapor. So sometimes they may give PS in the first session, that is forenoon session, they have mentioned it as PS. So that is saturation pressure he has mentioned with PS. So that is nothing but saturation pressure of water vapor only. PVS means pressure of water vapor. S means saturated condition. Saturation pressure of water vapor. So you can write PVS or you can write S also. PS also you can write. That is given as 3.6 kilopascal. Relative humidity is given, that is relative 60%. So actually what is relative humidity formula? Relative humidity phi is equal to PV by PVS. Pressure of water vapor by saturation pressure of water vapor. Okay, this is 0.6. Relative humidity is 0.6 is equal to pressure of water vapor by saturation pressure of water vapor. What is saturation pressure of water vapor given? 3.6 kilopascal. 3.6 kilopascal. Therefore, if you calculate pressure of water vapor, it is going to be 2.16 kilopascal. 2.16 kilopascal. This is pressure of water vapor. Okay. Now, again, let us write specific humidity equation. What is specific humidity equation? 0.622 PV by PT minus PV. PT minus PV into 1000 grams vapor by kg dry air. Okay. Here if you multiply with 1000, you will get grams vapor by kg dry air. Now let us substitute values 0.622 PV 2.16 by total pressure 101 minus 2.16. Total pressure is 101. Total pressure is 101. Okay. So total pressure is 101. PV is 2.16. We have calculated. So everything we have calculated into 1000. Into 1000. This is specific humidity. If you calculate specific humidity, it is going to be 13.59. 13.59. This is grams water vapor by kg of dry air. So this is the specific humidity he is asking. In grams vapor by kg dry air. This is to be calculated in grams by kg dry air. So this is 13.59 grams of water vapor divided by kg of dry air. It is a simple and straight question. So this is the answer for this problem. Hope it is clear to you. Now let us solve this problem. The specific enthalpy of steam at a location is given. Specific enthalpy is given at a location 5, and specific enthalpy at a location, one more location is given. If the mass flow rate of water entering the open feed water heater is given, mass flow rate is given at location 5, then mass flow rate of, actually the diagram is given, mass flow rate of steam at a location 2 to be calculated. At location 2, we have to calculate mass flow rate. Actually, this is the diagram given. Consider the open feed water heater. Feed water heating system is given. Open feed water heater system is given. Consider the open feed water heater system. So it is a steam power plant. It is a Rankine cycle. Steam power plant Rankine cycle problem. So he said open feed water heater. At open feed water heater. So the specific enthalpies at different locations are given. At location 2, the enthalpy is given kilojoule per kg, and location 5, the enthalpy is given, and location 6 also enthalpy is given. At location 6 also enthalpy is given. Mass flow rate of water entering the open feed water heater at location 5. This is location 5. Location 5 mass flow rate is given. Location 5 mass flow rate is given. What is the mass flow rate at location 2? What is the mass flow rate at location 2? Mass flow rate of steam. Mass flow rate of steam. Mass flow rate of steam at location 2 will be dash kg per second. We have to calculate mass flow rate of steam at location 2 in kg per second. We have to calculate. Please concentrate, students. We have to calculate mass flow rate in the kg per second. Okay. So open feed water heater at different locations enthalpies are given. So now let us consider this open feed water heater. For the analysis of this problem, let us consider open feed water heater as a system, because at different locations of open feed water heater, he has given enthalpies. At section 2, enthalpy is given. Section 5, enthalpy is given. Section 6 also, enthalpy is given. But mass flow rate at section 2 to be calculated. Mass flow rate of steam at section 2 to be calculated. Mass flow rate of steam at section 5 is given. This is mass flow rate of 6. Mass flow rate at 6. This is mass flow rate at 6. I repeat. This is point 2. This diagram is given in the problem. Diagram is given in the gate examination problem. Point 2, mass flow rate, suppose m dot 2. At point 5, mass flow rate is m dot 5. At 6, mass flow rate is suppose m dot 6. Mass flow rate at section 5 is given. Mass flow rate at section 5 is given. At a location 5, mass flow rate at a location 5, 100 kg per second is given. Mass flow rate at section 5 is given. Section 5 mass flow rate is given, that is 100. Mass flow rate at section 5 is given, that is 100 kg per second. This is given. Okay. Mass flow rate at section 2 to be calculated. Okay. And it is an open system and it is a steady flow process, turbine, steady flow process, condenser, steady flow process, pump, steady flow process. So, all the devices are steady flow devices only. In the Rankine cycle, turbine, condenser, boiler, pump, all the devices are steady flow only. You know very well all these things. So, all the devices are steady flow. So, here open feed water heater also it is a steady flow device only. So, for steady flow device, entering mass should be equal to leaving mass. Here m dot 2 entering, here m dot 5 is entering. Here 2 it is entering, 5 is also entering, at 6 it is leaving, m dot 6. What should be the m dot 6 value? M dot 2 plus m dot 5 should be equal to m dot 6. Hope it is clear. I think it is clear. Once again I repeat, because it is open system, entering mass should be equal to leaving mass. M dot 2 is entering, m dot 5 is also entering, should be equal to m dot 6. M dot 6 is equal to m dot 6 is equal to m dot 2 plus m dot 5. Mass flow rate at section 6 is equal to mass flow rate at section 2 plus mass flow rate at section 5. I think it is clear to you. Up to now, this is clear to you. M dot 2 should be calculated. M dot 2 should be calculated. Now, writing energy balance at open feed water heater. Energy balance at open feed water heater. At open feed water heater, I am going to write energy balance. If you write the energy balance equation at open feed water heater, you will be getting the mass flow rate at section 2. And it is a simple and straight problem. And it is a frequently asked question in GATE Mechanical Engineering Thermodynamics paper. So, it is a simple and straight. It is a frequently asked problem. It is a simple and straight problem only. There is no difficulty at all. So, now taking energy balance. Energy balance. Here at section 2, energy is m dot 2 H2. Section 5, energy is m dot 5 into H5. Section 6, energy is m dot 6 into H6. Now let us write. And this is 2 and 5 entering, 6 is leaving. 2, section 2. M dot 2 into H2. Section 5 is also entering. M dot 5 into H5. Entering should be equal to m dot 6 into H6. It is a simple energy balance equation, simple equation. 2 and 5 are entering, 6 is leaving. 2 is entering, 5 is entering, 6 is leaving. M dot 2, here enthalpy is H2, here enthalpy is H2. M dot 5, enthalpy is H5. M dot 6, enthalpy is H6. So, therefore, M dot 2, H2 plus M dot 5, H5 is equal to M dot 6, H6. It is a simple energy balance equation. Hope it is clear. Now let's substitute. M dot 6 is nothing but M dot 2 plus M dot 5. M dot 6 is nothing but M dot 2 plus 5. Okay, now let's substitute m dot 2 to be calculated. M dot 2 to be calculated. What is H2? Enthalpy at 2. Section 2 enthalpy. At 2, enthalpy is 2624. 2624. 2624 plus m dot 5 H5. M dot 5. What is m dot 5? Mass flow rate section 5. Mass flow rate section 5. Mass flow rate section 5. 100 kg per second. Here I have not written because it is a here there is no space actually. Here there is no space, that's why I am not writing. M dot 5 is 100. M dot 5 100. 100 into H5. Enthalpy at 5, location 5. Location 5 enthalpy. Location 5 enthalpy 226.7. 226.7. should be equal to m dot 6 into h6. What is m dot 6? 2 plus 5. M dot 2 plus m dot 5. M dot 2 plus m dot 5. M dot 6 is nothing but m dot 2 plus m dot 5. What is m dot 5? 100 kg per second. M dot 5 is 100 kg per second into H6. Location 6 enthalpy is given. Location 6 enthalpy is 708.6. 708.6. So everything we have substituted. Only m dot 2 is unknown. Everything we have substituted, only m dot 2 is unknown. If you calculate mass flow rate at section 2, it is going to be 25.159 kg per second. This is kg per second only. This is kg per second only. So this is the mass flow rate at section 2. It is a simple and straight problem. Hope it is clear. So it is open feed water heater. Mass flow rate at 0.5 is given. So mass flow rate at 0.2 we have calculated by writing energy balance. This is the energy balance at open feed water heater. By writing the energy balance equation, we can find the mass flow rate at section 2. It is a simple problem. Hope it is clear. Now let us solve this problem. Consider adiabatic flow of air is given. Air through a duct. Duct means it is a pipeline. Okay, there is no problem. At a given point in the duct, velocity is given, temperature is given, and pressure is given. Assume that the air behaves as perfect gas, which is nothing but ideal gas only, with constant specific heat. Cp is given 1.005 kilojoule per kg. The stagnation temperature at this point. Stagnation temperature at this point in Kelvin, we have to find. Temperature, we have to calculate. In Kelvin, stagnation temperature, we have to calculate. This question is from compressible fluid flow. This compressible fluid flow concept I have explained a separate chapter. Compressible fluid flow separately I have taken. Compressible fluid flow we have separately taken. We have seen each and every concept in detailed manner. What is static temperature? What is stagnation temperature? Stagnation properties, static properties. What is velocity of sound? What is Mach number? What is sonic velocity? So many things we have studied. Separately, compressible fluid flow we have seen. This question is from compressible fluid flow, and it is a simple, straight question. It is very, very simple question. And in compressible fluid flow, I have given the relation between stagnation temperature and static temperature. That relation I am going to use. Already I have explained this relation. So he said air is flowing in adiabatic flow. Simple diagram, rough diagram I am taking. Air is flowing. Air is flowing in an adiabatic pipeline, he said. There is an adiabatic pipeline, adiabatic process, heat transfer 0 here. So air is flowing in an adiabatic duct or pipeline. Air is flowing in an adiabatic duct. Velocity 300 meter per second. Velocity is given. Temperature is given. 330 Kelvin. My dear students, please observe. 330. Please observe. The air velocity in the pipeline or duct, velocity is given, temperature is given. This temperature is static temperature. Simply temperature, I told, I have explained. Simply temperature means static temperature. Stagnation temperature is denoted by T naught. That is to be calculated. Stagnation temperature to be calculated. Pressure is given 180 kilopascal. Pressure is 180 kilopascal. Given. Stagnation temperature to be calculated in the Kelvin unit. This is what given. Cp is given. Okay, Cp is given. Okay, stagnation temperature to be calculated in Kelvin. So what is the relation between stagnation temperature, static temperature I have given? Stagnation temperature and static temperature, the relationship is T naught is equal to T plus V square by 2 Cp, where T naught is stagnation temperature, T is static temperature or simply temperature, or static temperature, both are same. Simply temperature means static temperature, plus V square, V is velocity, 2 Cp, Cp is specific heat of air. So this is the relationship I have given, and same problem, by the way, same problem, just numericals different. Same problem I had solved in compressible fluid flow class in the deep learn session. In the deep learn, same problem I solved. Just numericals only different. Okay. T naught to be calculated. T is stagnation temperature. And my dear students, one more point. Carefully you concentrate. I told Cp should be joule per kg Kelvin. Units also I have explained. V square. What is V square? What is V square unit? V is velocity. Velocity meters per second. V is velocity meters per second. Square. That is meter square per second square. Meter square per second square is joule per kg. All these things I have explained. Once again, I am repeating. Meter square per second square is, this is meter per second whole square means meter square per second square, which is equal to joule per kg. What is joule per kg? It is joule per kg. It is joule per kg. So Cp should be joule per kg. Cp should be joule per kg Kelvin. If it is in joule per kg Kelvin, so if V square is joule per kg, Cp should be joule per kg Kelvin. I told Cp should be joule per kg Kelvin only. You cannot substitute kilojoule per kg Kelvin. You cannot write 1.005. Here you should take 1005, 1000, because V velocity meter per second whole square, meter square per second square, it is joule per kg. Why this is joule per kg? Already I have explained. Now T naught to be calculated. T naught, static temperature 330. T is 330. V square, velocity 300. 300 square. 2 Cp. V square by 2 Cp. Cp should be joule per kg Kelvin. 1005 joule per kg Kelvin. 1.005 means that is kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Hope it is clear. Now, let us calculate T naught. We calculate stagnation temperature. It is 374.7. 374.77 Kelvin. It is Kelvin temperature. So this is joule per, look at here. This is joule per kg. Velocity joule per kg. Cp should be joule per kg. So Cp joule per kg, that means kg by joule. Kg by joule. So V square, what is unit? Joule per kg. V square is joule per kg. So Cp should be joule per kg. So kg will go to numerator, divided by, joule per kg Kelvin. This is joule per kg. Cp should be joule per kg Kelvin. So joule per kg Kelvin. Kg Kelvin will go to numerator. Divided by joule. Joule cancelled. Kg cancelled. Therefore, so temperature unit is Kelvin. You will get stagnation temperature should be Kelvin. So T is in Kelvin. This is also in Kelvin. T Kelvin, this is also Kelvin. Therefore, stagnation temperature you will get in Kelvin. It is a simple and straight problem. It is a simple problem. This question is from compressible fluid flow. Hope this is clear. Where T naught is called stagnation temperature. What is the meaning of stagnation temperature? Everything I have explained. So this is 374.77. This is stagnation temperature. Now let us solve this problem. An object is moving with a Mach number 0.6. Mach number is given. Again, this problem is from compressible fluid flow, which we have studied in detailed manner in the deep learning session. Mach number is given. For an ideal gas environment, temperature is given. Object is moving with some velocity. Some object is given. Object is moving with some velocity. Some object. What is the environment temperature? The object is moving. Suppose this is object. This is object. This object is moving in the ideal gas environment. The gas temperature is 350 Kelvin. Please try to understand. The gas constant is given 320 joule per kg Kelvin, and ratio of specific heats, that is gamma, is given 1.3. The speed of object dash meters per second. Same problem, exactly same problem, which I solved in deep learn session, compressible fluid. Same problem. Just numericals are different. Just numericals are different. Same problem I solved. Same problem I solved. Okay. First, let us write the data. Mach number is given 0.6. Temperature of gas. This is temperature of gas, 350 Kelvin. Gas constant R is given 320 joule per kg Kelvin. Gamma is given 1.3 is given. Okay. Speed of object, velocity meters per second. My dear students, please carefully observe. I have already told, when I was solving this problem, same to same as it is, just values are different. When I solved this problem, he said object velocity is asking. The velocity of the object he is asking. Suppose aircraft is moving. Please concentrate. Suppose aircraft is moving. I have taken aircraft problem. I have calculated aircraft velocity. So he said object. Simply he said object. Aircraft is moving. Suppose let us say 1000 kmph, kilometers per hour. Suppose aircraft is moving at 1000 kmph. What is the air surrounded by the aircraft? It will be 1000 only. Please try to understand. Suppose you are running at a speed of, let us say, 50 kilometers per hour. You are running at a speed of 50 kilometers per hour. So when you are moving, when you are running, so there is airflow which is in the opposite direction. Airflow will be there in the opposite direction to you. So what will be the air velocity? Air velocity is same as that of your velocity. Suppose you are moving at 50 kmph, air velocity, the surrounding air velocity, that is the air which is coming to you in the opposite direction, that also will be in the 50 kmph. Similarly, when the aircraft is moving at 1000 kmph, the surrounding air, the air which is coming in the opposite direction, that also will be in the 1000 kmph. So object velocity is asking. He is asking object velocity. I will be calculating the velocity of air. Velocity of ideal. Simply he said ideal gas. Now I am going to calculate velocity of gas, which is also equal to the object velocity. Hope it is clear. I think this is clear to you. It is clear to you. So Mach number is given. Okay. First, let's calculate velocity of sound. What is velocity of sound? A is equal to under root gamma RT, where A is velocity of sound, sonic velocity. We have seen velocity of sound, which is given by A under root gamma RT. Gamma specific heat ratio, R is characteristic gas constant of the gas constant, T is the temperature. Temperature must be Kelvin. And my dear students, I told R should be joule per kg Kelvin. R should be joule per kg Kelvin. Look at here. I told once again, I repeat once again, I repeat this one. R should be joule per kg Kelvin. Joule per kg Kelvin into temperature should be Kelvin. So Kelvin gone. Kelvin gone. R should be joule per kg Kelvin only. In this equation, velocity of sound equation, R should be joule per kg Kelvin only. R should be joule per kg Kelvin, temperature Kelvin. Gamma, its specific heat ratio, no unit. Joule per kg. Joule per kg. Joule per kg whole square. Joule per kg whole square. And we know very well, joule per kg is equal to is equal to meters per second whole square. I repeat, all these things already I explained once again. Joule per kg is nothing but meter square per second square. Joule per kg is nothing but meter square per second square. Under root is there. Here there is under root. Here there is under root. So under root gamma RT. Under root gamma RT. What is unit? Under root gamma RT. What is unit? Joule per kg. Joule per kg. It is joule per kg whole square. Look at here. Joule per kg under root. Joule per kg under root. Please concentrate. Please concentrate. Under root gamma RT. Gamma no unit. R. Joule. R should be joule per kg Kelvin. Temperature Kelvin. Temperature must be Kelvin. Kelvin Kelvin cancelled. Joule per kg under root. Joule per kg under root. So under root I have taken. Under root again I have written. Joule per kg. What is joule per kg? What is joule per kg? Meter square per second square. Joule per kg is meter square per second square. Now what happens? Square, under root, square will be cancelled out. Under root and square will be cancelled out. What will be the final unit? What will be the final unit? Meters per second. A is equal to gamma RT meters per second. A is equal to under root gamma RT meters per second. Gamma 1.4. R should be 320 joule per kg Kelvin. Temperature 350. So if you calculate A, velocity of sound, A is equal to 381.57 meters per second. This is velocity of sound. This is velocity of sound in that environment. This is velocity of sound in that environment. So Mach number, we know Mach number. Mach number m is equal to velocity of fluid to the velocity of sound. Mach number m is equal to velocity of fluid to the velocity of sound. We know Mach number, we know velocity of sound. You can calculate velocity of fluid in that environment. Velocity of fluid in that environment. Mach number is 0.6. Mach number is 0.6. Velocity of fluid to be calculated. Velocity of sound 381.57. We calculate V, velocity of fluid, 228.94 meters per second. Once again, please concentrate. So, in the environment where Mach number is 0.6, in the environment where Mach number is 0.6 and temperature is 350, the velocity of sound we have calculated. This is the velocity of sound. This is the velocity of sound in the given environment. In the given environment, what is the velocity of fluid? This is the fluid velocity. Mach number is equal to Mach number. M is Mach number, capital M. Mach number, scientist name. M should be capital. Mach number M is equal to velocity of fluid to the velocity of sound. Mach number is given. Velocity of fluid should be calculated, and A, velocity of sound. Velocity of sound in that environment we have calculated. So what is V? Velocity of fluid in that environment. In that environment, velocity of fluid is this much. So what will be the velocity of the object? Velocity of the object is nothing but velocity of fluid only, which we have already seen. So hope this problem is clear to you, and it is a simple and direct problem. There is no twist at all. So this problem is from compressible fluid flow, which we have studied in the deep learn session. Let us solve this problem. An adiabatic vertex tube, he said, shown in the figure. Diagram is given. Diagram is given. This diagram is given in the GATE exam itself. The shown in the figure, supplied with air is given here. Air is given. Supplied at 5 kg per second, inlet 1. He said inlet 1. This is inlet 1. So in this diagram, that is in this video, this diagram, here there is printing mistake, do not worry. Actually, this is the direction. This is the inlet air inlet, hot, high pressure air inlet. In the examination problem diagram, that is correct only, But in this video diagram, this arrow mark is wrong. This is correct. Downward direction is correct. Okay. So this is, he said 1. This is 1. Okay, inlet 1. Mass flow rate is given 5 kg per second. Mass flow rate is given. Let us write the data, then it will be easy for us. Let us write the data, it will be easy for us. So mass flow rate at 1, 5 kg per second. 500 kilopascal. Pressure 500 kilopascal. Pressure 500 kilopascal, temperature 300 Kelvin. At section 1, this is section 1 data. This is section 1 data. This is section 1 data. Okay. 2 separate streams are given. This is inlet downward direction only. Inlet, 2 separate exits are there. 2 separate exits are given. This is one exit. This is also exit. These directions are correct only. This is one exit, that is also one exit. Separate streams are leaving from the device, 2 and 3. He said 2 and 3. Suppose this is 2, let us say this is 2, let us say this is 3. I will explain. Once again, I will explain, do not worry. First, let me write the data, then I will explain. 2 and 3. So, at hot air leaves from the device at 3 kg per second, at outlet 2. At the second outlet, this is the data. At second outlet, this is first. Second outlet, what is the data? Second outlet, 3 kg per second, mass flow rate 3 kg per second, pressure 100 kilopascal, and temperature 340 Kelvin. 340 Kelvin. This is mass pressure, temperature, mass flow rate section 2. Section 3. Okay, outlet 3. At outlet 3, pressure, temperature given. Pressure, temperature 100 to 40 Kelvin. 100 to 40 Kelvin. Okay, this is what given data. Consider constant specific heat of air. Air specific heat is given and gas constant is given. No work transfer across the boundary. of the device. Rate of entropy generation. No work transfer across the device. No work transfer. Rate of entropy generation. Kilowatt per Kelvin. Rate of entropy generation, kilowatt per Kelvin. Air is given. And my dear students, please carefully observe. We know air can be treated as ideal gas. Ideal gas change of entropy equations we have. 3 equations I have given in terms of pressure, in terms of temperature volume, in terms of temperature pressure, in terms of pressure and volume. 3 equations I have given change of entropy for ideal gas. You can write any equation depending upon the situation, depending upon the data. But here one small confusion may be there. Some students may get confused. Some students may get confused. Here only some difficulty is there. In this problem, there is some difficulty. So air actually entering in this direction, and section 1 air is entering, section 2 air is leaving, section 3 also air is leaving. Here, which mass flow rate to be taken into the account, there may be a little confusion. Only small confusion is there. Otherwise, the change of entropy equation is the same only. Ideal gas change of entropy equation, that is going to be same only. But we will see how to solve this problem. We will see. Do not worry. So section 1 it is entering, section 2 it is leaving, section 3 it is leaving. Okay, now he's asking entropy generation. Entropy generation kilowatt per Kelvin. It is he said adiabatic vertex tube. Adiabatic vertex tube. He said some vertex tube. Okay, no problem. But adiabatic device. This device is adiabatic. This device is adiabatic. The given device is adiabatic device. Given device is adiabatic device. And is asking entropy generation. You tell me entropy generation exists in which type of process? Everything in detailed manner we have studied in the entropy chapter. Entropy generation exists in irreversible process. In reversible process, there is no entropy generation. In irreversible process, there is entropy generation. What is change of entropy in irreversible process? We have seen like this. Change of entropy in irreversible process. Change of entropy irreversible process. ds is equal to q by t irreversible plus entropy generation. We have seen in irreversible process. In irreversible process, this is the change of entropy equation which we have studied. Irreversible process, because entropy generation exists in irreversible process only. Entropy generation exists in irreversible process only. And this equation again, for closed system we have seen, open system also we have seen. This change of entropy equation for irreversible process, closed system equation we have seen, open system equation also we have seen. So here, in open system, because it is an open system, the given situation, it is an open system, because mass is entering here, at section 2 mass is leaving, section 3 also mass is leaving. So the given diagram is open system, the given situation is open system. In open system, the equation is, this is for closed system. But in the, this is for closed system. In the open system, the change of entropy equation, m dot delta S. It is m dot delta S. It is m dot delta S. You can refer to your notes. Whatever the notes I have given in the deep learn, you can refer to this note. Change of entropy, open system, irreversible process. I derived this equation. M dot delta S is equal to Q dot by T, irreversible process plus S generation. Why I am writing this equation, I will tell you. Why I am writing this equation. It is an adiabatic system. Adiabatic, insulated, adiabatic system. Heat transfer 0. Adiabatic system, heat transfer 0. Heat transfer straight away 0. So, change of entropy in adiabatic system, change of entropy is nothing but entropy generation only. In adiabatic system, change of entropy is nothing but entropy generation only. I think this is clear to you. I repeat once again. The given system is adiabatic system. In adiabatic system, heat transfer 0. If heat transfer 0, change of entropy is nothing but entropy generation. Because in this problem, entropy generation we have to calculate. So in adiabatic system, what is change of entropy? Adiabatic system, change of entropy is nothing but entropy generation only. And process is irreversible. Why? That's why he is asking entropy generation. Since the process is irreversible, that's why he is asking entropy generation. Because entropy generation exists in irreversible process only. Hope it is clear up to now. Now, change of entropy universe we have seen. What is change of entropy universe? Change of entropy system plus change of entropy surroundings. We know very well change of entropy universe is equal to change of entropy system plus change of entropy surrounding, and we know very well adiabatic process. What is change of entropy surrounding? Straight away zero. We have seen in adiabatic process change of entropy straight away zero, because adiabatic process there is no heat transfer effect to the surroundings. If surrounding heat transfer zero, change of entropy surrounding zero. Separately I have explained. In adiabatic process change of entropy separately have explained. What is change of entropy adiabatic process? It is zero. So change of entropy universe is equal to change of entropy system. This change of entropy system is nothing but change of entropy universe is equal to change of entropy system, which is equal to entropy generation, because it is adiabatic process. In adiabatic process, change of entropy is nothing but entropy generation. So if you calculate change of entropy universe, that is nothing but change of entropy system. That change of entropy system represents entropy generation only. In this problem, change of entropy universe, change of entropy system, entropy generation, all are same only. Hope this is clear to you up to now. Simple. These things already we know very well. Now, okay, now change of entropy system. I am going to find change of entropy system. Change of entropy system is change of entropy 1 to 2 plus change of entropy 1, 3. Concentrate. Here, the fluid is entering like this. And this is inlet. This is one exit. This is another exit. Yes or no? So here, total change of entropy is nothing but change of entropy 1 to 2 process. Separately, we will calculate and we will add together. We will add both. Change of entropy 1 to 2 we will calculate separately. Change of entropy 1 to 3, 1, 3 we will calculate separately. If you add both, that will be the change of entropy of the system. Total change of entropy of the system, which will be equal to entropy generation during this process. Hope it is clear. Now, problem is over. Just ideal gas equation. Just we will be playing. Just I am going to play with ideal gas equation for entropy change of entropy of ideal gas. What is change of entropy ideal gas? 1 to 2. First I will calculate 1 to 2. Change of entropy 1 to 2. Change of entropy 1 to 2. I am writing in terms of temperature pressure, because temperature pressures are given. Now I am writing temperature pressure. So M Cp ln T2 by T1 minus Mr ln T2 by P1. So this is change of entropy of ideal gas in terms of temperature pressures. In the problem, mass flow rates are given. So these are the mass flow rates. Okay. So this is 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 2 by 1. So final be initial, 2 by 1, final be initial, 2 by 1. Hope it is clear. Now please concentrate. During this 1 to 2 process, what should be the mass flow rate? Mass flow rate should be here at a 2, here 5 kg per second it is entering. It is section 1, 5 kgs per second. Section 1, 5 kgs per second is entering. Section 1, 5 kg per second is entering. 5 kg per second is entering. 2 and 3. 2 kg and 3 kg. At 2, 3 kgs. At 2, 3 kgs. 2 and 3. 2 and 3. At section 2, what is the mass? 2 and 3, what is the mass? 3 kg per second at section 2 and 2 kg per second at section 3. Look at here, place carefully, listen. Carefully listen, carefully listen. Separate streams leaving from the device 2 and 3. Hot air leaves the device at the rate of 3 kg per second from 2. At a 2, section 2, 3 kg per second. Section 2, 3 kg per second. And 2 kgs of cold air leaving at the outlet 3. At 3, 2 kgs per second. At 2, 3 kgs per second. At 2, 3 kg per second, correct. At 3, 2 kgs per second. Just I'm writing given data. Just I'm writing given data only. Given data only. So this is 3 kg per second. This is 2 kg per second. This is 2 kg per second. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. Section 1, when it is entering at 5 kg per second. 5 kg per second it is entering. But when it is leaving at 2, it is leaving 3 kg per second. When it is leaving at 3, it is leaving at 2 kg per second. So entering mass should be equal to leaving mass. Entering mass how much? 5 kg per second. Leaving mass, if you add both, this is 3 kg per second, this is 2 kg per second. If you add both 3 plus 2, it will be 5 kg per second. So entering should be equal to leaving mass, correct. That is correct only. That is correct only. But when you are calculating 1 and 2, process 1 to 2. Process 1 to 2 will calculate separately, process 1, 3 will calculate separately. During 1 to 2, when you are calculating change of entropy, we should consider 3 kg per second. We should consider 3 kg per second. And when you are calculating change of entropy during 1 to 3, you should consider 2 kg per second mass flow rate. Once again, I repeat, during 1 to 2, 3 kg per second, you should consider. During 1 to 3, that is 1, 3, you should consider 2 kg per second. So change of entropy 1 to 2 plus change of entropy 2 to 3, that will be equal to change of entropy, that is the entropy which is entering at section 1 with a mass flow rate of 5 kg per second. Hope this is clear up to now. Up to now it is clear, I think. Now let's find change of entropy during 1 to 2. Let us substitute values. So just now I have given this formula. So that is equal to mass flow rate. I told for 1 to 2 process, what is the mass flow rate? For 1 to 2. 1 to 2. This is 1 to 2. What is mass flow rate? 3 kg per second. 3 kg per second into Cp I think given in the problem. Cp is given 1005 joule per kg Kelvin is given, that is nothing but 1.005 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. 1.005 kilojoule per kg Kelvin, because I am going to take kilojoule per kg Kelvin because finally we want kilowatt per Kelvin. We want kilowatt per Kelvin. Okay, Cp, because this is kg per second, mass flow rate kg per second into this is kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Cp is kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So therefore, you will get kilowatt per Kelvin. Kg got cancelled out. Kilojoule per second is kilowatt per Kelvin. Okay. The second will go to numerator. Kilojoule per second is kilowatt per Kelvin. Kilowatt per Kelvin. MCP ln T2 by T1. T2 by T1. So T2, temperature at 2. Temperature at 2, 340. 340 by T1, temperature at 1. Temperature at 1, 300. 300 minus 3 kg into R is 0.287. R is 0.287 into ln R is 0.287. R is 287 joule per kg Kelvin is given, joule per kg Kelvin is given, it should be kilojoule per kg Kelvin. 0.287, 0.287 ln P2 by P1, P2 pressure at 2, pressure at 200 by 100 by 500, 100 by 500, 100 by 500. Okay, this is change of entropy 1 to 2, change of entropy 1 to 2. We calculate this is going to be 1.7630, 1.7630 kilowatt per Kelvin. This is change of entropy 1 to 2. Next, change of entropy 2 to 1. Change of entropy 2 to 1. Again, mCp ln T2 by T1 minus mR ln P2 by P1. Again, change of entropy, ideal gas equation. But this is 1,3, sorry. This is 1,3. 1,3. And here, mass flow rates. These are mass flow rates. Now, let's substitute here. So, 1,3, what should be the mass flow rate? 1,3, what should be the 2 kg per second we should consider. During 1,3, we should take 2 kg per second. 2 kg per second. 2 into 1.005 Cp ln T3 by T1. Sorry, this is T3 by T1. And this is P3 by P1. This is T3 by T1. This is P3 by P1 because this is 1, 3. Final by initial 3 by 1. 3 by 1 T3. 240. 240. 240 by 300. 240 by 300 minus 2 kg per second into 0.287. 0.287 to ln P3 by P1. P3 100 by 500. 100 by 500. This is going to be delta is 1,3. Delta is 1,3. If you calculate, this is going to be 0.4753. 0.4753 kilowatt per Kelvin. So, total change of entropy. Now, let's calculate total change of entropy of the system. Delta is 1 to 2 plus delta is 1 to 3, which is nothing but entropy generation. Actually, these are in the rate form only because kilowatt per Kelvin. These are rate forms only, kilowatt per Kelvin. Rate forms only. Okay. Everywhere it is rate form only because kilowatt per Kelvin, it is rate form only. 1 to 2, 1.7630. 1.7630 plus 0.4753, 0.4753. Therefore, entropy generation, if you calculate 2.2383, 2.2383 kilowatt per Kelvin. This is the entropy. My dear students, it is based on ideal gas equation only, but the thing is that here there are 2 passages. That is, first passage is from 1 to 2, second passage is from 1 to 3. It is coming like this and splitting into 2 and 3. So this is change of entropy 1, 2 plus change of entropy 2, 3 is going to be the total change of entropy in the system. That is also equal to entropy generation. Hope this problem is clear to you. Now let us solve this problem. A rigid tank of volume 50 meter cube contains pure substance. This is from properties of pure substances. Volume is given 50 meter cube. He said rigid tank. He said rigid tank. 50 meter cube, pure substance. Saturated liquid vapor mixture. He said saturated liquid vapor mixture. At 400 kilopascal pressure, it is saturated liquid vapor mixture, which is also called wet steam, given. Total mass of the total mass of mixture, 20% mass is liquid, 80% mass is vapor. So we know very well 80% mass is vapor means what is dryness fraction? Dryness fraction is 0.8 because dryness fraction represents mass fraction of vapor. We studied mass fraction of vapor 80%. And properties at 400 kilopascal given, saturation temperature is given at 400 kilopascal, specific volume is given, specific volume of saturated liquid VF is given meter cube per kg, and Vg is given, specific volume of saturated vapor Vg is given, the total mass of liquid and vapor, total mass of liquid and vapor mixture in the tank in kg, total mass of liquid plus vapor mixture, mass, total mass. My dear student, same problem in the deep learn practice question I solved this problem, same problem, just numericals are different, exactly same problem I solved in deep learn, that is exercise problem, that is some practice questions I solved this problem, same problem. So total mass to be calculated. So first what we will do, we will calculate specific volume, then we will write the equation. Specific volume of wet steam, liquid plus vapor mixture is given. So rough diagram, I am taking rough diagram. So rigid tank is said, rigid tank which contains saturated mixture of liquid vapor mixture, which is at 400 kilopascal, 400 kilopascal and 50 meter cube volume. Volume is 50 meter cube. And 400 kilopascal pressure is given. Some pressure, 400 kilopascal pressure and some temperature is there. And specific volume of saturated liquid is given, specific volume of saturated vapor at 400 kilopascal is given. Saturated liquid 0.001084. 001084. This is 0.46242. 46242 meter cube per kg. So first what we will do is, because we know specific volume is total volume by total mass. We know very well specific volume is total volume by total mass. Total volume is given. This is total volume only, meter cube, total volume only, divided by total mass. So total volume is given, total mass to be calculated, because specific volume is total volume by total mass. This is total volume, I told in the derivation, specific volume derivation. The specific volume derivation, I said this is total volume, this is total mass. This is to be calculated. This total mass is to be calculated. This total mass is to be calculated. This total volume is given. So we need specific volume. We need specific volume. If we calculate specific volume, problem is over. Specific volume of saturated mixture, that is wet steam. What is specific volume of wet steam? Specific volume of wet steam is Vf plus X into Vg minus Vf. Vf plus X into Vg minus Vf. Vf 001084. 001084. Vf plus X into dryness fraction is 0.8. 80% he said. 80% he said vapor. So dryness fraction is 0.8. 80% vapor. Dryness fraction is 0.8. Vg minus Vf. Vg 46242. 0.46242. Vg minus Vf 0.001084. If calculate specific volume is going to be 0.3701. 0.3701 meter cube per kg. This is specific volume. And we know very well specific volume is equal to total volume by total mass. Specific volume has how much? 0.3701. 0.3701 is equal to total volume 50 meter cube. 50 meter cube by total mass. Therefore, if you calculate the total mass, it is going to be 135 kgs. 135 kgs. This total mass represents mass of liquid plus mass of vapor. He's asking total mass. He's asking the total mass of liquid vapor mixture. Total mass of liquid vapor mixture in the tank in kilograms. So this is total mass in the total mass of liquid vapor mixture in the tank. It is a simple and straight problem. This is the answer for this problem. Till now, have given the detailed solutions for thermodynamics, for mechanical engineering. And my dear students, if you observe the questions which were asked in the GATE examination 21 in mechanical engineering, most of the questions, maximum number of questions which have been asked from our deep learn session only. Whatever the concepts which we have studied in the deep learn session, which I have given, maximum concepts are taken and they have been given in the examination, GATE examination. So, it's my suggestion to you people, again, if you have any doubts, you can go through the concepts in the deep learn, and maximum concepts I have covered in deep learn thermodynamics. So, these concepts, from these concepts, maximum number of questions are taken in the GATE examination. So, whatever we have covered, that is extremely important, and I have covered each and every concept in the detailed manner. So, my advice is to you people is, please go through the deep learn thermodynamics classes. If you have any doubt, you can contact so that your doubts can be cleared off. So, hope you understood all these solutions, and all the best.